Assalamu alaikum. Today we'll be talking about the Lebanon crisis. But before we start, here's a message from Islamic Relief Canada.
Lebanon needs our help. So before you log off, here's what you should know. The country is facing a social, economic, political, and health crisis all at once. Half the population is living below the poverty line, and 35% of the people have no work. The price for food has jumped to 3 times its value, and families are struggling to make ends meet. In the massive explosion, Beirut's main port was destroyed. The port was Lebanon's lifeline for food, medicine, and essentials. This will mean extreme food shortages over the next few months. More than 200,000 people are now homeless, and hospitals are completely overrun. 850 nurses are out of jobs, and medication is now in short supply. We can all do something. You can donate to support our efforts, share our posts, start a crowdfunding page. There's so many ways you can make a difference.
Assalamu alaikum. So today we have with us Hussein Jum'a, who's an active member of the community. He has taken care of orphans in Lebanon, is a local mu'adhin, and is a small business owner. And beside him we have Uwais Hikmat, an Islamic Relief Western Canadian manager. And so please introduce yourselves.
Start with me?
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. My name is Hussein Jum'a. A member of Rashid Mosque, and as she said, an active member of the community. We've worked with the orphans in Lebanon in affiliation with Islamic Relief, and we've done other small projects from food hampers and food baskets and for widows, seniors, and for families in need all over Lebanon and in Syria, Jordan, Turkey. Also working with Islamic Relief.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Uwais Hikmat. I'm the Western Canada fundraising manager for Islamic Relief Canada. And alhamdulillah, our role is to alleviate suffering and poverty and issues that people face on the ground domestically and internationally and abroad. So alhamdulillah, we were able to have this opportunity to help and fundraise for those people in need. And we are blessed to be with this partnership with Al Rashid, alhamdulillah, to raise funds for those people in Lebanon, alhamdulillah.
So what happened in Lebanon? On Tuesday, August 4th, there was a devastating blow that changed the map of Beirut Bay. So hundreds of people died, and they lost 70% of their economy, and left thousands of people homeless. Grand silos stored majority of the food, and now that's gone. And recently, the government has resigned. So what does that have to say for the future of Lebanon?
Go ahead.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa obviously, when it comes to the situation in Lebanon, it's been quite, we see the economic crisis, we see the families and society struggling with basic survival items, from food to shelter to maintaining jobs and income and so on. What the situation we see today, and has been happening for the past few months, even from last year, we see a result that is quite alarming. And as a Muslim, and as Muslims, we stand up and we rise to this occasion to help those people in need. On top of this, with the blast in Beirut, it just shook the world. It did not just shake Lebanon alone, it shook the world. And alhamdulillah, we were able to respond where we have our offices on the ground. Even our own people living there, working there, were affected. So this is a big deal. This is something that we all need to respond. Alhamdulillah, as well, the Canadian government has responded as well with a huge amount of aid, where they're even matching up to $2 million for the members of the humanitarian coalition. So alhamdulillah, Islamic Relief is part of the humanitarian coalition. So your dollar will be matched for another dollar. Your $1 is $2 now, inshallah. So we ask for your support, your du'as, your prayers, and your time, which is the most important thing, inshallah, to help those in Lebanon. Jazakallah.
So Hussein, as a person with close ties to Lebanon, how have you been involved with assisting people there in the past before this world-changing tragedy?
So we have been involved in so many projects before, also with Islamic Relief and other organizations. But before responding to these emergencies and other emergencies that happened all over in Syria and Yemen, in Iraq, in Lebanon now, it does not come from a national perspective. It's not because I'm Lebanese, I'm going to be helping Lebanon. And because there's a lot of talk. Uwais is not Lebanese, he's from Iraq. And Islamic Relief was involved in every single emergency. And our help to Beirut and Lebanon right now, it's based on a humanitarian cause. As a human, you should respond to any humanitarian crisis all over the world. And that's what we base our help from Al-Rashid, working with Islamic Relief. Before Sumaya, we worked, we had all the Syrian influx of refugees that came to Lebanon. A lot of them were orphaned due to the war that happened. And we took a section of those orphans, about 2,500, about 2,700, including Lebanese and other kids too. And with the help of Islamic Relief, we were able to support and provide monthly sponsorship for each one of them. That's enough for basic necessities like food and medication and clothing, and sometimes their schools too. And we were able to provide for about 2-3 years food baskets on a monthly basis, also for widows and seniors and people that has no other resources for just basic necessities. And along with the help that Islamic Relief was able to provide, we were the local distributor in a certain section in Lebanon, in Biqa. And that included winter materials like sometimes gasoline, clothing, jackets, and all these kinds. Alhamdulillah.
Always, how do you feel on a personal level about all the tragedies happening across the world? And do you think we are being reactionary to every disaster that pops up?
Yes, subhanAllah. I mean, when you see the trials that people go through with the disasters and natural disasters or even economic disasters, man-made disasters where people are suffering, it hurts. I know I speak on behalf of all of us, all Canadians, all the world, the global village, where when you see something that hits you hard, whether it be poverty or whatever people go through that we do not understand, it definitely hits home. It's something that we do not wish to happen for those people. We want them to be comfortable and they continue their lives in prosperity, inshallah, in this world and the next, obviously. But as Islamic Relief, alhamdulillah, and we partner with organizations like Rashid because we all stand together in this as Muslims, as humans, as Canadians, to rise up to this test. It's a test we all go through, and it's a test for those who are suffering, and it's a test for us to help alleviate that suffering. And so it's our Islamic duty to rise to this occasion, to step up, to gather funds, to gather volunteers, our time, our efforts, our statements, our whatever we have, whatever capacity you have, your mind, your intellect, your ideas, your thoughts, your creativity. This is the time to give it for the sake of Allah. This is the time to support those organizations that are helping on the ground. Alhamdulillah, organization like Rashid and Alhamdulillah, Islamic Relief, been a partnership for a very long time, and we are very proud to respond to such occasions. Alhamdulillah.
So I have a question for both of you. In a professional capacity, what are the steps you are taking to provide relief to this disaster?
So just to add to what Brother Ois has said, from an Islamic perspective, as a Muslim, it's our duty to respond to any humanitarian crisis, regardless of these people are Muslims or non-Muslims. We have something common with them, that we are humans. So we have to respond to their suffering and their need. And as a response to what happened. Islamic Relief right away with Al Rashid, they set together a fundraising relief fund to help relieve some of the sufferings and pain and help providing some assistance like food, medication, and shelter and other needs that they're aware of on the ground over there. And we started this last week, alhamdulillah, and it's going good. And hopefully, as he says, we urge every single human to donate for this cause, because I think it's everybody's duty and responsibility to respond as a human, not as a Muslim only, as a human to this crisis, because it's their right on you. Even by spreading the word, if you can't afford paying $1, just spread the word and don't stop as an obstacle in our face for helping. Go ahead, Louis.
Thank you, Jazakallah khair. Yes, so alhamdulillah, as Islamic Relief, we recognized from the beginning of, towards the end of Ramadan, about 2-3 months ago, that the situations got really serious in Lebanon. And we worked together with a few organizations in Calgary and in Edmonton with Brother Hussein, who is part of Rashid and Eric, which is the Edmonton Islamic Relief Center, to put a program, a fundraising program that helps to support families. With $60 a month, you can support a family with food on a monthly basis. So that is something we recognized even before the incident in Beirut, that there's an economic suffering, there's an economic crisis, people are struggling way back. Alhamdulillah, with our offices and our teams in Lebanon, Beirut, and in Barlias and Saida, the response has been there, alhamdulillah. Currently, to Beirut also, the cleanup, to the hot meals, to the shelter, the temporary shelters, to visiting people in the hospitals, providing them the medication they need, the support they need, and just with the cleanup, it takes a lot of work. But alhamdulillah, with this, the teams have been great. Our country director in Lebanon, Nidal Ali, has joined a live program with us last Friday and really quite explained the situation he went through when it came to the blast, where his own family were injured or they were affected from that blast in his own house. So it's something that hits home for all of us. It hits home for him and his team, and for all of us, that we're responding as much as we can with our prayers, our du'as, our funds. And alhamdulillah, a huge blessing was the government, alhamdulillah, has pledged to match up to $2 million for the humanitarian coalition. Alhamdulillah, Islamic Relief is the charity that is on that.
It's the only one.
It's the only charity.
Islamic.
Yeah, Islamic Relief is the only Muslim charity with the humanitarian coalition. So we urge everyone from August 4th to August 24th, this is an opportunity to donate, and your dollar is $2, inshallah. So double your impact, inshallah. This is a huge opportunity. Your donations are tax receivable. They are also, will be given in the best way, shape, or form. Inshallah, if you have any questions, please let us know. You can visit our website. I'm sure the link will be on the screen, inshallah. Thank you.
And what message would you guys like every Edmontonian to take home with them today after watching this episode?
That's a good one. It takes a human to help a human.
Yes.
Regardless of the ethnicity or race or religion, it really does take a human to help a human. And in these situations, we have a lot of people, I don't know what we call them, but they just come out and tell you, oh, don't donate to this, don't donate to this, they're stealing the money's going to the government, the money's going to this and that. If you can't help, just zip it and sit on the side and let the people that can deliver the money help. Even if $1 gets there and helps one person, it's better than sitting and doing nothing. It takes a human to help a human. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair.
Wa
My message will be that remember those people who are in need. Those people are, struggling with that economic crisis in Lebanon. They are now struggling with this new crisis they have. Treat others the way you want to be treated. The fact that we are living comfortably and alhamdulillah everything is okay, it does not mean the world is okay. Let us not be heedless of the fact that others in this world need our support, our help, our du'as, our whatever you can. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us all, inshallah.
Allahumma ameen. Jazakallah khair, ya Rabb.
Jazakallah khair, and thank you guys for coming in today and
Thank
shedding
you,
some light
Sumaya.
on the
Thank you very
crisis.
much.
Thank you, Sumaya, for your host.
Okay.
And please check the description below for all the links.
Lebanon needs our help. So before you log off, here's what you should know. The country is facing its social, economic, political, and health crisis all at once. Half the population is living below the poverty line, and 35% of the people have no work. The price for food has jumped to 3 times its value, and families are struggling to make ends meet. In the massive explosion, Beirut's main port was destroyed. The port was Lebanon's lifeline for food, medicine, and essentials. This will mean extreme food shortages over the next few months. More than 200,000 people are now homeless, and hospitals are completely overrun. 850 nurses are out of jobs, and medication is now in short supply. We can all do something. You can donate to support our efforts, share our posts, start a crowdfunding page. There's so many ways you can make a difference.